we're gathered here this evening to commemorate a particularly exciting event that's happened in the past 6 years, every year that we've lived here at Touchwood. I'm your correspondent, Penelope, and I'm here with my good friend, Janice. Say hi, Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Janice.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Oh, she fucking got it.
She fucking got us good, mate. She fucking got it.
She fucking got. Sorry.
The event that we're here to commemorate today is the fateful evening when I attempted to just give a little fart, and it was accompanied by a bit of a follow through, and it ended up not really a shart, but more of just a skiddy.
It was a shard.
So I'm sure you guys will be aware that we refer to that as the Grand Skiddie incident of 2017, although it was in 2015. So we're here to just reflect on that today, and see how
it was 6 years ago.
Yes, it was.
It's the anniversary.
2015.
That's correct.
Anniversary.
We're not taking into account time travel, so
and
we're
we're
not here
also
to go
not
into that
taking
today.
in account of we are professionals.
Exactly, we know what we're doing.
We did our research.
Now, Janice, tell me, how do you feel?
Research consists of it.
How do you feel today
In
about the Skiddie?
archives.
How do you feel about it today? Have your feelings changed from your initial feelings about the Skiddie?
Well, I found this year compared to in comparison to last year, I don't feel as sensitive about the issue.
You like to compare?
I like to
On account of
compare on account of.
So you don't feel as sensitive about it. Now, what was your initial feelings when you found out about the Grand Skiddie event of 2010? And basically, for those of you that are first-time viewers, essentially, I tried to give a little fart. It ended up as a somewhat of a shart. Popped a tiny little skid into my jocks, only really about that long. I put it next to my face for size comparison. Hey, look, actually, here's a lighter for size comparison. Only about that long. Quite small skiddy nonetheless. I was conflicted about it. I felt guilty, a misplaced sense of guilt. I decided to tell Mercedes, and that would alleviate my guilt.
Yes. Get it off your chest.
Exactly. Yep. So I next time we were in the bedroom together, I brought the underpants to her, and I showed them, and I said, look at this, and she said, what the fuck's that? And I was like, it's my skiddy I was telling you about. And she was like, what in that brain of yours would make you think that I would want to see that? And I said, even as I'm standing here now showing it to you, I'm wondering what the fuck is wrong with me and why I would do that. So from there, the song Don't Show Your Missus Your Skiddies was born. So going back to that day, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, at first I seen the skiddy and I was a bit shocked. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, wow, she's really removing the stigma of skiddies. I mean, let's be honest. I think we've all been there.
And there is a lot of stigma surrounding it. You're right, Janice. You're right.
It's embarrassment and shame and just a lot of negativity around it that you should hide.
Negativity
and secrecy. It's kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
And you feel like you've cheated.
You do.
You're that guilty.
And then sometimes you feel like you've cheated yourself.
Really. You've cheated. You've skidded.
Yeah.
You stink.
And really, at the end of the day, it's just it's a substance our body makes. A little bit of it gets on your undies. No big deal.
That's
Wash it off. Happens to children. Happens to children.
Do we shame our children for having skiddies? Would you shame a child?
I don't think I would. I really don't think I would.
Would you shame an elderly citizen?
Oh look, I think I definitely would shame an elderly citizen. It would probably be something like, "You fucking filthy old mongrel, I can't fucking believe you shit yourself, you ought to be ashamed of yourself." Is that wrong?
Well,
is that bad?
Nah, they should know better.
They should know better. Let's pop over to our offshore correspondent, Mercedes Kerr. Oh, her name is, her first name is Ma.
I was like, what the fuck?
Her last name is Skid. So, you know, usually it's listed as Skid Mark. So Skid, if we may call you that, can you please Just
Is that appropriate? How do you feel about that? Can we call you Skid, or do you prefer something a little more formal?
Well, it is my Christian name.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's right.
So, Skid, could you take us back?
It's such a great day owning and embracing these.
Oh, she is. Skid, could you take us back just to that day and what was going through your head when I showed you the Skiddie that I had put into my underpants?
Well, after I chewed back the vomit, at the just sheer repulsed feeling that I felt, and then reminded you that I do have to muster up the desire to have sex with you in the future at some point in order for this to work out, then I was just really concerned if maybe I was taking advantage of someone with some kind of like acquired brain injury or
That's a fair
That's
call.
a fair call.
I really
fair
slipped
point.
into
I
like
appreciate the honesty.
And I think it's great you're so considerate of that too.
Well, it's a real ethical issue, and because of the industry I work in, I have to be aware of these kinds of things. But then I had her tested, and no, it's just that she just doesn't. Her brain matter works fine, but she just doesn't really use it. So that's the problem. Like it's just like those decorative vases that people don't actually put flowers in.
Yes.
That's kind of what her head's like. Just
Moving back to the Skiddie itself.
yeah. I think there was a tiny piece of corn.
Do you want to could you please use the same prop I've used to show the viewers that I'm accurately remembering it, the size of the Skiddie as you recall it, against the light of the
look,
reference?
I would say it was probably about that size.
The size of the big
size
sticker?
of that. However,
The dog
I know
farted.
the dog farted. Sorry, the dog farted. Here at Skid TV. Smell-o-vision. And that's exactly how I felt. So the Skiddie was probably about that big, but of course in memory it was that big.
Did you touch the Skiddie?
Oh no, and it was quite a long time before I touched the Skiddie factory as well, if you get my drift.
Are you referring to anal sex?
No, but that
Poo
too.
play.
Bit of poo play, bit of scat.
Yes.
Not
Skid,
the rhythmic voice noises that
Oh, like the scat man.
bit of
Bottom play.
bottom play, I guess. No, just in any way, just the whole body. With,
Scat.
which,
Look, before we wrap up, and thank you again
Did you just
for
call me scat?
Oh, Skiddie.
oh.
Skiddie, before we wrap up, and once again, thank you for speaking with us. Just if we can get your reflections on how you might feel if this were to happen again in the future. Right, so not open to it.
No, probably not open
So
to
it's
it.
not going to be a thing.
It's not our like Thursday night dress up night, which also isn't a thing. But
So you don't want to keep it you don't want to embrace it, make it an open thing.
no, I would like for if there was a word that was the opposite of embrace.
Reject.
I would kind of like it to be
Condemn.
that kind of thing. Like, you know how you go like
Right,
this for an embrace, if I could just be like
Expel.
this.
So you're definitely not wanting
Not keen to look at this. I feel like the underwear were pink.
Do you think that you would become more open once it's not so fresh?
Stigmatized?
No,
Or-
there's not. Well, no, there was nothing really fresh about it. If you know anything about a Skiddie, it's just a little bit of fecal matter on underpants, which is kind of the opposite of the definition of fresh.
How do you
was it
feel?
dry?
Oh, it was. I had fished it back out of my dirty clothes basket. It was definitely dry.
Yeah, it wasn't recent.
No, it was from
an
like
older
a couple of hours earlier. Look, just before we go, despite your views on this, have you considered it from the point of view that this openness about the Skiddie could be helping Skiddie sufferers worldwide to shed that stigma that surrounds it?
Well, the thing about Skiddie sufferers is I don't really know if you're suffering per se, except for maybe just a bit of lack of common sense. They make this really great technology, and it comes in lots of different colors and, just in like already single-use pieces, but it's called toilet paper. Really interesting invention. Comes on a roll, almost like a tiny roll of softer paper towel. And I feel like if you're prone to Skiddies,
It's a bit draining.
you could just what? Oh, you could just take a little square off like you cut yourself shaving and just put it over the Skiddie door, and if it's a problem you find, or just maybe wear a
like a
panty line.
cork.
Like a cork. You could
like
use
a
a
butt
cork,
plug
or you could use a butt plug.
Butt plugs are
All right.
designed.
Well, lovely. Thank you so much for joining us, Skiddie. Back to your host for the evening. That about wraps up the episode. Janice, thank you for accompanying me on this memory lane journey tonight. It's been
wonderful.
It has been quite wonderful, hasn't it? Remembering the Skiddie and talking
just
about the
embracing
Skiddie
and removing that stigma and
There should be a stigma with skiddies, but
that's understandable. They should know better.
definitely be a stigma.
Exactly. So, you know,
I agree. There should
our
be a
message to
stigma.
you would be probably let your Skiddie flag fly.
Just like,
Yeah, let that Skiddie flag fly.
or not,
Good night.
and wash your bottom.
Good night.